Grand Risings. Okay, so I got a download. I'm gonna share it, and I'm clean, y'all. I'm just laying down in my bed, so mind your business. So the download is, y'all, and I got this because I was scrolling this morning and I saw a post about, it was something regarding like men and why they pull away, and something about, y'all, I really want to remember exactly what it said. I should have freaking looked at it, but it doesn't matter. I don't think the Most High wanted me to focus on that, or it wouldn't be valuable for me to focus on that. The point of this is to explain something, right? And this is in the men versus women, pink pill versus blue pill sphere. And I don't really believe in any of that, but I still entertain certain like conversations because I think that a fresh perspective is always useful for whoever wants it or finds value in it, right? So I don't mind being a person in a rare space in the internet giving my rare opinion. So boom. So the post says something like, okay, like it was something about women being like predictable or something. Oh yeah, it was a woman telling women to basically ghost men, like ghost them and don't talk to them and ice them out and pull back completely. And I fully agree with that. I agree with being extremely like decisive and making a firm judgment on anybody in any place that is not sure about its connection to you, right? So this goes for anyone, a job, a friend, anything, right? So if something is like, oh, I am unsure about the viewer that's viewing this, I think it's important for a human to make a sound judgment, to go, okay, well, I'm going to pull, it's like, you know how in a business meeting, someone will like, okay, well, my cards are on the table, or this offer is on the table for you to decide, right? I feel like there's so many people in the world, and people have gotten spun this illusion that everybody functions the same way psychologically, neurologically, not neurologically, but like psychologically. Like we can use body language and facts about the human psyche and even studies to predict or basically like kind of like feel out something about a person. However, what we fail to like realize is that there's so many different souls on this planet for different reasons, and we're drawn to those souls for different reasons. So trying to rationalize something or make it logical in your mind isn't always going to work for the situation or every person. So that's what I'm trying to express right now. Oh goodness gracious, excuse me, y'all. So yeah, that's what I'm expressing right now. The fact that basically, and I'm gonna get out the camera because the last thing I want is some nose juice in my nose and for me to be recording it with my camera. So yeah, y'all, like I feel like where people are fucking up royally is just thinking that they can figure out everyone every time so easily. You know what's crazy? Right when I'm making this message, y'all, I do a huge sneeze and then I get a nosebleed. So let me tend to that and then I'm gonna come right back. All right, y'all, my bad. I had to tend to my nosebleed, y'all. I got a nosebleed. I like, just for the nosy people, okay? Nosebleeds are normal, clearly, but mine come from me having my heater on full blast, and I close the window so the heat can stay in. Because sometimes I'll leave the window open at night so that the house can get cool. I think being cool while you're sleeping is very important for your body, for your metabolism, blah, whatever, and it just helps me sleep nice and just keeps the air circulating. But this morning I closed the window and turned the heater on. As soon as I turned the heater on, I think the combination of the dry, thick heat and the fact that I'm super allergic to the dust that's probably getting blown off the damn heater just caused me to just like break the goddamn nose blood vessel. So anyways, that may have something to do with this. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys can relate. Whatever, child. But anyways, my point that I was making is that you have to like know and have faith. Like, take this advice and these like teachings and stuff with a grain of salt, because they only really fit us so much. It's like a shoe or a jacket or whatever, or a hat. It's like, oh, this kind of fits, but not really. The shoe does not fit for everyone, and that's something that I think a lot of people are forgetting. Okay. I use myself as an example and whatever. So basically, I look at it like this personally, right? I treat everybody the same, right? If I really like something about an individual and I want them to be a part of my life in some sort of way, that's because I'm trying to build my life a certain way, like my dream life. And I've been doing this since I was a child, but unfortunately, I have no one to show for the fact that people have stuck around. I don't know why I'm laughing, y'all. I'm sorry, because I feel like it's kind of funny, because all of me personally, I'm just trying to like make lasting like friends and like create like a family that came from me, that I created. And I don't have anybody to show for that exactly yet. But that's okay. Even if I did have those people, I wouldn't necessarily like parade them around on the internet and stuff, because of how nasty people can be, like strangers can be on the internet and just in the world, period. And I like to keep my life like private and protected, but I would still, share a thing or two about the people that I love, because I have no fear and I have faith in God. But anyways, y'all, me personally, I just be trying to recruit, like, not that I'm just going around like looking for, every time I talk to a person, I'm not thinking like, oh, can you be my friend? Can you be my husband? Can you be my bestie? Can you be my work partner? Can you be my colleague? But somewhere in my fucking vast mind, I'm thinking, I wonder what God, like, because I don't really expect anything out of anyone when I meet them. It depends on how I feel. Sometimes when I meet a person or I'm in a situation, I'm hit with this cataclysm of just like feelings and emotions and visions and prophetic things and synchronicities and a bunch of spiritual shit. And that's me. That's my own path. I've learned that I'm meeting a lot of people that I know from my past lives personally, and I'm like rearranging those relationships so that I can build new, fresher ones with better, off the precedent of what I went through already in my past lives. And there's basically, I can right my wrongs so that I can attract better people and blah. So that's been my journey. But what I'm expressing, okay, because I want to be as clear as I can be, child. And I think I am, but like, I'm overthinking about it a little bit probably, but I'm just gonna flow it out. Holy Spirit, I know you got me. But y'all, like, everybody isn't desperate, okay? And I have a video. Here's the video.
I've been weird my entire life, so I know firsthand how people will try to other you, and then when they see that you're okay with being othered or you find comfort being alone anyway, they'll try to like reel you back in, or they'll start to tease you or like psychologically manipulate you because they can't fathom you not needing their validation, their attention. And that's why when people try to shut you out, when people try to make you feel like you don't belong or something is wrong with you, it's not because something is actually wrong with you or you don't belong. It's because they're trying to test and see how dependent you are on their validation, because it gives them an understanding or like a measurement of their hierarchy with you. Am I above this person? Am I below this person? How confident is this person in themselves? Like, it's basically a social measure of how codependent or not you are on your environment or on that person. So if you're being shut out, if you're being rejected or just made to feel less than intentionally by somebody, understand that it's not because of you. This is just a general way that human beings have learned to like find their place in the social hierarchy.
But everybody is not desperate. Everybody is not insecure. Some souls are very, very secure in themselves, and not the kind of way where it's like, oh, I'm so scared. Like, I don't know. Some souls are very comfortable in themselves. Some people are very comfortable in themselves. Uh, Everybody isn't clingy. Everybody isn't desperate. I've had moments where I've definitely come off maybe a little clingy and a little desperate, but I'll explain that for the people who are wondering why that is. If I came off clingy, it's because I really like you and something about your energy was rare to me, so I like loved it. I wanted to keep it around. That's just how I am. I'm like that kid with their favorite toy or that cat with their favorite ball or whatever. And when I realize that something doesn't want me back, I'm like, oh, okay, that's all you have to say. And then I put it back where the fuck it came from. And when I do that, people be so confused and they think I'm playing some type of mind game, but I'm not. It's like, okay, I've learned that you didn't want me back or whatever, so I put you back where you came from. The fuck? Not that hard. Everybody's not playing mental games with you, okay? But then, as far as desperation goes, I've never been a desperate person ever, even at my lowest. However, desperation can stem from a lot of different things. So I can't say that I've never experienced feeling a desperation towards experiencing something or having something. But the difference for me personally is my desperation, quote unquote, does not last. It's not, I feel like a person being desperate can be a personality trait if that goes unchecked for a person. I check myself every day, all day. That's the thing about Virgos. Like, we correct ourselves as a regular thing. That's like a regular thing that we do regularly every day. It's not, nobody has to tell us or remind us. Some of us do it for good reasons, some of us do it for bad reasons. We're like a computer program that's always updating, right? Automatically. The difference is some Virgos use it for malice, some use it for good. So whatever, that's for y'all personal, and I'm a Virgo. Yeah, I got a lot of Virgo placements in huge spots on my chart, like my Venus, but I have a lot of other placements that make me completely different from a Virgo person. I'll come off a completely different way. I'm not gonna say what those are, but that's why I say y'all just cannot be assuming shit about people. Y'all be thinking y'all got the fucking formula and the coding down pat. Y'all be wrong. So I guess what I'm trying to express is like a lot of y'all should stop trying to be so fucking logical and critical and manipulative is the real word I'm looking for when you're interacting with rare souls, because it just don't work like that with rare people. You can be right about that for Tom, Dick, and Harry, Sally, and Jan, but it won't work like that for everybody, okay? So, yeah, y'all, I mean, oh yeah, the desperation. So the desperation, if ever I came off feel in a desperate energy, it's just because I'm a very effervescent soul. Like, I'm a very effervescent being. So once my mind is like set on something, and I was also very much so spoiled. Like, I've experienced like some great like broke periods in my life and like humbling experiences, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, I was spoiled. If I wanted something, I got it. Whether I figured out a way to give it to myself or my actual mother did anything in her power to give it to me. I'm not necessarily proud of that. On one hand, I feel like, okay, that's a girlhood experience. Most girls should feel like they have what they need and what they want to feel like a pretty princess and the best version of themselves or whatever. I do think being unchecked, spoiled behavior can be like super detrimental to a person. So I'm always checking myself in that way. But I feel like once I want something and I deserve it and I know that I should be able to get it, because why not? Even if that's the person, unfortunately, I be feeling that way towards people too. I just feel like I should have it or I should have them. But the difference is, like, when I realize that I can't have it for whatever reason, my issue is my brain like can't compute. So it's like, okay, I don't get why I can't have it. And if I don't have an answer, then I'll come off desperate until I get the answer. So I have had to personally learn in my life to be okay with not receiving closure. A lot of the time for me, it's not about emotion. Like, oh, I'm so hurt emotionally. Like, can I get closure? sometimes, y'all, it's fully like a little bit like vain and kind of like selfish, and I'm just like, well, why can't I have you? Like, why can't we spend time together? Why can't I have you? And until a person tells me why, or I put together why, because I pray to God and God gives me an answer, or the universe mirrors it to me, or whatever these days, it helps me move along. So my autistic brain as well is like just trying to like understand something before I move on to the next thing, so I don't make the same mistake twice. So I've had to learn in my autistic experience, because I'm also on the spectrum, guys. um you will not always compute your answer. You will not always receive your answer from the source of your desire, or like of your desire. That's a whole nother thing, and being detached, and my whole the Buddhist principles that I actually do live by. So there's all these different things that go into factoring for me, but I literally had to learn to not always expect an answer or a closure from the source. The only source I look to receive that from nowadays is literally the source, like God. And that has helped me so much in my experience. And that's another thing. People are so confused and off put by the fact that I'm constantly like, I don't know, like, I'm a happy person. If ever I'm sad or I'm like hella dark or grunge, it's because I'm not enjoying my human experience. And obviously there's a lot of things that can make a person not enjoy their human experience, but for me it's just completely different from a lot of people. It's like I'm limitless, so when something is in my way and I compute it and figure out how to get it out of my way, and it's still seemingly a limitation, it does not compute for me. So as a soul, I'm learning how to roll with the punches and just kind of like, and that's another thing. The whole point I was trying to make, because I wasn't trying to make this necessarily about myself, is that women in general, because this was put in like a man woman kind of discussion, women are chaotic as fuck. So that's my real point. No, man, I don't care what y'all do on y'all little sorry, y'all, excuse me. I don't care what y'all discuss in your groups when you men get together and you drink and you smoke and you sit around talking about sports or games or whatever it is that you guys like. There's no formula, period. This is one of those women's secrets that I wanted to do in a series, but got distracted, whatever. A lot of people have been biting off my shit, I see, but I am influential, so I'm not really offended these days about, like, that's what I'm meant to do, is to influence people and to like start conversations. So I'm happy to see it. But one of the women's secrets are, men will never be able to pinpoint a woman. Now, if you feel like you can really grasp like a certain kind of woman, an insecure woman, that's what the post was really about, like insecure women. Like, I've been seeing a lot of videos and thumbnails about like teaching men how to manipulate insecure women. First of all, y'all disgusting for that, but no judgment. A lot of people use weaker vessels for a lot of reasons in this realm, so whatever, I'm not going to judge that per se, but I will say I find it trifling. Second, I'll say, even when y'all think y'all know an insecure bitch, you don't. Women are vast as fuck. Okay, I don't care how broke down, insecure you might think a woman is. At the end of the day, she's her own person. She has her balance of male energy within her. She has her whole life. She has her whole reality. And guess what? No matter how obsessed a woman is with you or something you have going on as a man, now if you feel like, oh, I got this woman so fucking attached and sprung and crazy over me, just know it's other men like that a girl can feel that way about, and she'll leave your ass high and dry if she finds that. Okay, so I don't care how broke down, insecure that she thinks she is. If she finds what she wants in another space or another person, she's gonna go that way. Y'all don't have control over women like y'all think y'all do. Okay, that's the download. Women, we are so complex. We'll fucking ignore and ghost somebody because we don't like something about our hair, or we don't like something about what we ate. And we'll be so fucking annoyed by something that we won't we get in these weird moods where we won't even like, we're guided by all of these unseen whimsical forces, y'all. So sometimes when the realm is speaking to a woman in a certain way, we stop everything to listen to it, depending on what it is. Or it's like a curiosity that we have. Men, if y'all want to learn fucking something, y'all need to learn from women and learn about that trait. Sometimes y'all are trying to be like pulled by these unseen forces to lead you to something amazing on some Alice in Wonderland shit, and y'all be so fucking stiff and controlling that you don't allow yourself down that path. You know, I get why, because some people are afraid of losing themselves, and that is valid. But maybe you're trying to be, maybe you're needing to build strength, maybe you're needing some type of wisdom, and some of you guys are being led towards a jackpot that you guys are just fully ignoring, and you're afraid to encounter the pros and cons of that jackpot, because everything's not going to be perfect or easy to figure out. And women understand this. We know this because we're born with that understanding. We have babies, we have weird shit going on in our body that nobody understands, or men don't even want us to understand because it's so fucking cool and supernatural. So that's the download, that's the talk. I think a lot of my talks will be around a lot of like feminine topics, probably, because that's just something I just love, y'all, and I love expressing it, and I'm tired of all the terrible information being circulated on a day-to-day basis. So if you divine feminine and divine masculine, or just like divinely led people, are feeling this talk and this topic, y'all know what to do. Hype the video, like it, share it, do all the things so that I know that I'm not wasting my time. Thank you guys for doing that. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. I realized I just had my mic blocked for a lot of that portion of what I was just saying. So I hope you guys can hear me just well. I take professionalism and being heard very seriously. So just know everything I do is intentional, and like basically I'm aware of what I'm doing. So I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.